This is file number 252466ST, People versus Regina Lorraine Harbin. Once again, Mr. Nossinger is here with his client. Matt Huff drew this assignment. And once again, Abby Stoll is here from the prosecutor's office. Good morning, Ms. Harbin.
Good morning.
Mr. Huff did a good job in preparing the screening report, as he always does. He raises some issues which I had concerns about myself. Mr. Nossinger, what would you like me to know?
Yeah, a couple things, Judge. Ms. Harbin is not a spring chicken. I think this was after a Detroit Lions game. I think that there were some health-related aspects that contributed to this intoxication. I think she learned a serious lesson that day. We reviewed the recommendations. She is agreeable to a term of probation. I am not sure if 12 months is necessary. I'm not sure if Mr. Huff is convinced that it's necessary either. I think maybe he's considering the division of probation if a probationer is in good standing, and he references the 6 to 12 months. With that being said, Ms. Harbin is agreeable to that term of probation. She will have some license sanctions that she was well aware of coming into this. So I would ask the court to consider all that in sentencing. We're aware that there's a statutory presumption. There was an accident that I can understand the court could deviate from that, but we would ask for any leniency that the court is willing to grant. Thank you.
There's a presumption in most misdemeanor cases that there'll be no jail and no probation. That wasn't my idea. That's the wisdom of the Michigan legislature. But there are some exceptions in drinking driving cases where there is an accident. That presumption does not prevail. And the judge has discretion anyway to go over the presumption, but we're to start with the presumption that you won't go to jail. Matt is not recommending jail, but he is recommending deferred sentence and a probation. Now, you and I have met over the years. I'm considerably older than you are, but we're neither one of us, I guess, are spring chickens. But you had some issues years back with methamphetamine, and I think you put that long since behind you.
Yes.
I don't think methamphetamine is a factor in your life right now. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
But Matt and I both had a concern that you drink more than you were acknowledging. We were concerned about how high your blood alcohol level was, 0.207. You need some practice to get that high. That's 2.5 times the legal limit. You peed your pants. It was not good. You had an accident. Now, true enough, you didn't have very far to go.
Yeah, I was right across the street from home.
Well,
yeah.
But you could have killed yourself or somebody else even in that short distance. You were driving from East Street to Lockport townhouses, which would essentially be a drive down Hoffman. But you were on a side street when the accident happened. Matt, would you like to add anything to this?
I think you've covered everything that I would like the court to be aware of.
Abigail, you have anything to add?
Your Honor, I would just let the court know that our office reached out to the homeowner and we didn't hear back from her regarding restitution for the mailbox. So we're not asking for that.
I don't think it did too much damage to that fence, but you're right, Luke. They declined to reduce this to impaired. So it's an OUIL, which means she can lose her license. And That's in part because it was 2.5 times the legal limit. So if I do a 12-month probation, she could be discharged at the end of 6. I think that's probably appropriate. I'm gonna do a 12-month probation, 9 days jail, credit 2, leaving 7 days to serve, and of the 9 ordered, 7 are deferred. If I gave you a test right now, what would it show? Anything? If I give you a drug and alcohol test, what would it show?
Well, I was forthcoming with
Yeah,
Matt, that I do use THC and CBD gummies and for
you're
being.
gonna have to set those aside. You're
Pardon?
gonna have to stop unless you have a medical
Yes, and
card. I mean, it's lawful. It's not against the law, but so in addition to alcohol, you also had THC in your system. I think a high percentage of our drinking driving cases also have a THC component that we don't even completely understand. People are drunk and high. Anyway, you are the kind of person that doesn't really get in much trouble. And you don't like coming over here to see me, although you're always very respectful when you do. But we're call this a timeout probation, where no drugs, no alcohol, you keep your self in order and it will go away. But it's expensive. It's $300 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, a $50 state minimum fee, $100 screening fee, $150 attorney fee, $480 probation oversight fee, which will be reduced by $240. Abigail, do you have any police reimbursement in your records?
Judge Walsh, Ms. Harvin is on a fixed income, or be willing to waive any or all of those discretionary costs.
Tell you what, I'll waive the fine and make it a 0.
Thank you.
That'll reduce things by 300. And it doesn't look like there was a police reimbursement.
Yeah, I don't see one,
So
Your
that's
Honor.
gonna save you another couple $100. Somewhere in the move, I lost my calculator. I got this big dumb one. $855. It'll reduce by 240. There is no, oh, I do have $200 of bond. So that's $655. Is 655 minus 240 is 415 in 6 months. All right, as a condition of your probation that you not use any drugs or alcohol, take a test as directed. You didn't order the victim impact panel, and I won't put it in there. I guess that's it. We're working part-time. Are you still doing that?
Yes, Your Honor. And that is in Vicksburg. It's not through a company. I just do home care for a senior. And that's just a supplement my income. I can't just not this.
Well, that person probably appreciates your help, but you're gonna have logistical problem getting back and forth to work. All right, I want you to go with Mr. Huff.
This sentencing highlights a critical balance in the justice system accountability. Without excessive punishment, the judge carefully considered multiple factors: the defendant's high blood alcohol level, the presence of THC, and her past struggles with substance use. At the same time, he acknowledged her respectful behavior in court and the absence of recent criminal issues. Instead of imposing full jail time, the court issued a structured probation plan, partial jail sentence with most time deferred, and strict conditions including zero tolerance for drugs and alcohol. Financial penalties were also adjusted, showing judicial discretion in reducing unnecessary burden while maintaining consequences. What stands out here is the judge's focus on prevention. This wasn't just about punishing past actions, but stopping future risk. Now here's the question for you. Do you think this was fair? Or should the punishment have been harsher given the circumstances?